Hello, I'm Tony.
And I'm Art, and we're here from
Garden Masters with a Z.com.
GardenMastersWithAZ.com.
Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button and then the bell notification to get notified when we put out new videos.
So from there, I moved to Maryland and started with this company. And I worked with them for many years. And then Tony was actually doing some video work. I ended up stopping that company and went to help him. But in the meantime, we lived in a townhouse community. One of our neighbors had asked us if we could take care of her lawn. Well, we decided that's a good thing to do. We can do this.
Well, she asked us because she saw us doing our own lawn and she liked how it looked.
So I decided, at that time, I wasn't planning on starting a side business of landscape maintenance. And basically, we did lawns around the neighborhood. We didn't have all the equipment that we needed. I started with like hand shears trimming before I was able to get my first weed eater. So from that point...
Yeah, one thing led to another because we started with that neighbor across the street and she really liked it, and we did hers. I don't remember for how long. Then somebody else would say, oh, can you do mine? And then someone else would say, can you do mine? And it's like, okay, well, we can do that, and this is what happened. And I want to say people kept coming to us asking us to do their stuff too, and that's how this whole business started.
So it's funny because we started in the neighborhood and I only had a 4Runner at the time, and I didn't have a trailer or anything, and we said we're only picking up clients that we can walk to. So before you know it, people got to know us and said, can you do it over here, do it over there? And
pretty soon these clients were referring other people they knew that lived out of the neighborhood.
Yeah, their friends and so forth.
Yeah,
so we ended up doing the landscape maintenance, and before you know it, somebody was saying, so can you replace my shrubs or whatever? And it's like, well, sure. I got this background. We can do whatever you want. And from there, people were saying, can you do a paver patio for me? And it's like, oh my God, we only have a 4Runner. It's like we got to get mulch and rock and all this stuff in the 4Runner. So we managed to do that. And we did landscaping of an entire brand new house. Large property, whatever. We had all the plants delivered and everything. But as we were going along, Tony just really got to love landscaping.
I did. Yeah, I did. I really, I absolutely love it. Well, I've always liked being outside. I just love nature and stuff like that. But the thing is, learning all the different plants, I didn't really know their names very well. And I didn't really have a desire to learn their names very well in the beginning. But as time went on, I don't know, I would hear a plant's name and I would just kind of remember it. Now, it's still not perfect, but, it just started to click with me. And it's like, oh, I really like this. And I don't know, I'm kind of like an artist anyway. So I feel like when we're creating gardens, we're actually creating art. It's kind of the way I look at it, because every garden can be different with a different design depending on, how you design it. So
Tony's an artist. And I'm art. So
I'm no Van Gogh.
You know what? He used to paint landscape pictures.
I did.
Of nature.
I did. I was painting in my younger days. I took art classes, but it was always landscapes. That's what I painted. So anyway, I guess I was destined to work landscaping, I guess.
So everything kind of went hand in hand. When we had to draw a design, Tony is not a professional landscape designer on paper, but he would draw plans or whatever. They weren't to scale or whatever, but he would give the client an idea of what they're going to expect. So down the line, word of mouth, people just kept asking us, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do that?
And I'm going to pat ourselves on the back, on the shoulders, because this all came from people seeing what we do and wanted the same thing. We get glowing reviews of our installations, and people just love them, and they are very nice. And so we have not spent one single penny on advertising. It's all been word of mouth, and right now we have over 50 clients, and we have people on the waiting list. So
I just want to say that as we've been going along through our years, we noticed that there's a lot of pop-up landscaping companies that they know how to cut grass and so forth, and somebody will say, can you plant shrubs or whatever? Well, they can go to the local box, Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever, and they'll get plants. And it's like, okay, well, I got this plant, and that plant, or whatever, but they really don't have a degree or a concept of background of how the plant grows, if it's the appropriate plant. It's sort of like throw it in the ground and walk away. We've seen over and over problems with plants dying. Sometimes there's success, but that's what's kind of disappointing when you have a degree, you have knowledge, and yet people are just going in and doing this. But since we've enjoyed this so much, we've decided, and because so many people want to be more knowledgeable about doing it themselves, that we decided to do our website so we can
Garden
teach
Masterz,
you.
yeah. And what I want to say something, sorry to interrupt, I want to say something about Garden Masterz. We are not master gardeners. That's something totally different. Art has his degree and knows a lot about plants and stuff like that, but he hasn't gone through the Master Gardener course, and neither have I. And I think it's an ongoing study program, I think. You might know a little bit more about it than I do. And I firmly believe 100% if you're watching this and you don't know a lot about gardening, it's okay, because you don't need to know a lot about everything. You just need to know about what you want in your yard and know about those plants. There's thousands of plants out there, but you don't need to know thousands of plants, because we're all learning more and more every year. You just need to know the few plants that you might have picked and how to put them in the ground right and get them to grow. And as you maintain your garden, you might want to expand it, you might want to add more plants, and then you learn more as time goes on. So I really, really firmly believe that you don't have to be a master gardener to create beautiful gardens. I'm absolutely certain of it.
Now, we came up with the name Master Gardener
Garden
with
Masterz.
a Z. Garden Masterz with a Z. Because we're teaching the beginners from A to Z how to learn about landscaping and landscape maintenance of their properties. A lot of stuff that we're going over, we're not going over your head. We want to start with basics with you. We're not using botanical names for all the plants. We're using common names. And as we go along, people learn more and more. We will introduce you to botanical names, the Latin names of the plants, and go from there. So we don't want this site to be a site where it's over people's heads.
Exactly. That's a great way to put it.
We want it to be, geared towards a person that's learning.
Yep.
And just while we're on that subject real quick, I've seen people plant plants and they go in the ground and they don't water them. I've seen people plant pots and there's no drainage and the plants are floating out of the pot. And
we have a client that does that.
They're like,
every year.
like, why is my plants dying all the time? What am I doing wrong? So hopefully,
A simple thing, put a drainage hole in the pot.
with an ice pick or
Yeah,
a drill.
yeah. So it's not like it's rocket science. It's not like it's very complicated. There are some things you have to know, but you know, I want to say it's really not that complicated. If I can know it, anybody can.
Tony has
If I
learned.
can learn it, yeah.
Tony has learned so much over the years, and now he's like a carpenter, you know, that has picked up the trade of just doing it, hands-on.
Thank you.
And he has really, you know, learned so much, and, you know, I'm so proud of him and now, you know, he's developing this site for us. And,
To help people all over the country, because we've helped a lot of people in the Baltimore area. That's where our business is based. We moved to Pennsylvania, though, 14 years ago now, I guess. So, and we moved from a townhouse to a single family house. And now we have loads of gardens, and we really enjoy working in our gardens. And over time, you're going to see our gardens. We're going to take you on a tour so you can see the different gardens we have, because we also want to, on this YouTube channel, we also want to take you on a journey so you can see the improvements we're making to our property, because some of the gardens have been updated, some have not, and they all need renovations, and that's what we're going to be doing. So you'll get to see the before, the work in progress, and the after, to see how we're doing it, and you'll learn something from what we're doing, so you can you know, do what we do.
So when we moved into this property, there wasn't, I mean, any gardens at all. You know, a little bit of a foundation planning or whatever. And each year we'll say, oh, let's add this garden, or let's add that garden, or whatever. And our property is very shady. So this was kind of new to us, because there's limited plants for shade, but yet there's still a lot. And over the years, we've experimented.
We've tried some sun plants, and some have done better than others, actually.
And
I'm kind of surprised sometimes that a plant they say will only grow in sun does okay.
That's right. So, you know, it's all about experimenting. I mean, you can be very knowledgeable, but sometimes you just need to mix up your plants and move them around.
Yep.
So also, I do want to add that we have a next door neighbor, that their yard is full of gardens, and I'm going to call him Mr. B. He just loves his plants, and his wife, they love plants. They garden 24/7. They are, they're retired.
I don't think they was 24 hours a day.
I know.
They do sleep.
They do sleep. But I think
they're retired.
I think they dream plants.
Plants.
We also.
I bet they do.
We also have a great friend that is also going to be
hopefully
sharing his knowledge too. Because
hopefully we can get him on camera. Some people are a little shy. In fact, I'm surprised I'm on here, because I've always been shy. But anyway.
But I have to say, the people that love plants, they love talking about plants.
That's true.
So I encourage you following us, because it's not just going to be the two guys in green. We are going to expand out and talk with other people and their experiences.
And we have some other friends that live about 15 minutes away from here that are into sustainable gardening and what that all entails. And they have a farm with all kinds of animals, and I want to get them on. I mean, they are super knowledgeable about plants and vegetables and sustainable gardening. I mean, they are really like an encyclopedia, I have to say. So anyway, well, I think that might be it. Is there anything else you want to add for now?
I don't.
Okay.
But all I'm gonna say is, you got to stick with people that love what they're doing, and you will learn a lot, because we're gonna teach you how to love gardening.
Yes. Make it fun and love it.
So stay tuned with our site,
Stay tuned for more.
because we have so much to share. We're going to show our property of different things, how they've come along, how we've added things. We'll let you know what didn't work out. We'll let you know many, many things.
Yep. And while we're at it, make sure you subscribe to our channel and click the button click the bell notification so you'll get notified when we put out new videos. And click the link below, and I think I'll have one in the top, to subscribe to our newsletter through email, so you'll always get notified when we have new information coming out, whether it's on our website or whether it's on the YouTube channel or wherever. So we would appreciate it if you did that, because we want to help more people become good gardeners.
Let's be friends. Let's get our hands dirty, our boots muddy, and carry on.
Carry on. See ya in the next video. What?
Don't forget, gardenmasters with a Z.com.